sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. With that, let's get down to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the sight of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And, partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Watch it now, Barney!
Now they try the right side here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get well. The quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Leopard! Over!
To throw on second down, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no game.
Being strong up the middle is imperative. I don't care what your sport, but in football, when you've got a D tackle who can contribute not only to occupying bodies, but also making plays on the ball carrier, that's when you have the cornerstone of a solid run defense.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So that one will be accepted. Set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They go play action now. Jackson. Now he's forced out right. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. All that great help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use this.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's able to get out and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go.
Rosen now off the bootleg. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot him. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
Feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against him.
On second down, Rosen got his man complete over the middle. That's Drake. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Now let's go.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. Past the 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Pick six, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too. Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Set. Green 39.
Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. That was on the play. Good throw there to start this second possession. Maybe help erase the memory of the interception he threw first possession.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time now there's a communication between the head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach. All right, we got to get...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. The Ravens offense now, they get ready in zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking. Not one that I've ever met.
Now it's Ingram. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They go play action with Jackson. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Ravens out in front. And we'll be back to South Florida after this. Second, got it 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage.
Better when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's Rosen. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Just started.
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on second down. Now they got to come up with something big here on third.
To throw is Rosen. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. On the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead,
here.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
He'll buy some time right. He uncorks it for Snead. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. They give him a gain of 38.
Accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there, and then still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps it.
I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be
5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. With a quick slant, good for 8. And they'll run here with Ingram. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
Essentially the same play again. Continue to move the ball on the ground. Or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. This time, Jackson will throw it. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, a 2-yard touchdown grab, and the Ravens will add on to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player.
Over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive. Completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now Rosen, and over the middle, this is Parker. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half this completion. So here's 2nd and 4.
Set. Green, 39.
Again, it's Rosen. And this is incomplete. Trying to get it that time to Stills.
His ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing, I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon got it back to a one-score game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? The win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more. This is out in front as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you're carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
3-19.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And it's caught over the middle.
And turning the ball back over, They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he'll be taken down.
Bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one, defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your coming your way, make sure you have him, and then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And that is incomplete.
Well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Jackson being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup.
Often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit. The trash man, his ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On second down, Jackson. And a little floater there is incomplete. Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
He may try and run for this. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him
in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green.
Rosen off the play action. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
On the give, this is Drake. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
Too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic. But maybe some concern?
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. And nothing doing.
Free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On third down, Rosen. And he finds Stills, complete. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this. But run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Balaj. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time.
Right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
In the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Here we go now. Green 39.
And now it's Rosen looking. And this is going to be incomplete. The safety that time.
How about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your court? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win.
That's what he's done here in this one so far. Back now in. On second down, Ingram. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup. And
you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Offensive, come back on your heels.
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. They've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Now Jackson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold,
no chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On third down, Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A big 30-yard play on third.
You keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Back to the running game. It's Ingram. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left, and no good. Set to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Mike
And then actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And he's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Here's Ingram, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. I am without speech. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now this time he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design pass, and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football.
Here in the fourth. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down. As we welcome you back, they've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Another run like we just saw would likely put an end to this thing. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play. Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth.
2nd down.
No, check, Patriot!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's versions for them on this drive. But right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, you're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. And with that, we sign off from Miami.